Now that we've captured all of our messages from a variety of different streaming input sources, we need a way to pipe in all that data into our data warehouse for analysis. Here's a quick mental framework for the two problems that we need to solve as a data engineer building our pipeline. Much like an architect drawing a blueprint and then eventually building the house or building, we have to solve for, number one, the design of the actual pipeline in code. Number two, the actual implementation and serving of that pipeline at scale in production. Here are some of the common questions to ask in each of these phases. For pipeline design, is the code we're going to write compatible with both batch and streaming data, or would we need to do any refactoring? Does the pipeline code SDK we're using have all the transformations, mid-flight aggregations, and windowing functionality? And does it have the ability to handle late data coming into the pipeline? Lastly, for design, are there any existing templates or solutions that we could leverage to quickly get us started? One popular open source solution that we talked a bit about earlier in the course is building pipelines with Apache Beam. It works with both batch and streaming data and has an ever-expanding list of transformations and functions that are committed and added to its open source repository. Best of all, for this class, is that you'll be starting from an existing template for your pipeline code. So what exactly is Apache Beam? And what does a pipeline written using the SDK look like? Apache Beam is a portable data processing programming model. It's open source, and it can be ran in a highly distributed fashion. It's unified in that a single model, meaning your pipeline code, can work for both batch and streaming data. You're not locked into a vendor because the code is portable and can work in multiple execution environments like Cloud Dataflow or Apache Spark, among others. It's extensible and open source. You can browse and write your own connectors and build transformation libraries too, if you wanted. Apache Beam pipelines are written in Java, Python, or Go. The SDK provides a host of libraries for transformations and existing data connectors to sources and sinks. Apache Beam creates a model representation of your code, which is portable across many runners. Runners pass off your model to an execution environment, which you could run on many different possible engines. Cloud Dataflow is one of the popular choices for running Apache Beam as an engine. Here's what an actual pipeline looks like using the Apache Beam SDK running on Cloud Dataflow as an engine. Each step in the pipeline does a filter, a group, transform, compare, join, and so on. Now the critical point is that transformations can be done in parallel, which is how you get that truly elastic pipeline. In the code snippet here, c.element gets the input, and then c.output sends the output to the next step of the pipeline. You can get input from many different and even multiple sources concurrently, and then you can write output to many different sinks, and the pipeline code remains the same. You can put this code inside of a servlet, deploy it to App Engine, and schedule a cron task queue in App Engine to execute the pipeline code periodically. But what if you didn't want to manage the infrastructure running the pipeline? We'll see how next you can implement your pipeline code at scale with low maintenance.